Morning guys. Well, I'm here in Kawasaki, A&D Motorcycles. I've come to ride a little bike. I've come to test ride the sickle number. This is the Kawasaki Z9. Bless, look, they even booked it for me. So yeah, hang around, let's see what we get up to. See you in a bit. What do you think? Have a look at it, little baby. It's a bit smaller than a GS, isn't it? In fact, it's like a little pocket-sized fucking thing. Very weird, very strange and very different. I used to have the Z900, and I'll send you a picture now. So you can, these gloves are so thick, it's bloody cold this morning, it was thick frost. I had this book for over a week. And what happens? The morning of the road test, this happens. So yeah, let's get a bit further up the road and we'll have a proper look at it. It's like getting on a kiddie's bike. But there dear, it is bloody tiny. There you go. Right, so where's the shade on this thing? It's been such a long time. Took my bike in for the tyres to be done last week and need a bit of fuel, I think. Oh, it's so tiny compared to what I'm used to. Of course, it's bloody freezing this morning. It's warmed up. It's got a temperature on this thing. No. Got up this morning, thick frost everywhere. Got up this morning, thick frost everywhere. And I thought, you know what? I've picked the right day for this. But look at the beautiful sky. I'm even onto my old phone setup. I wanted to get a facing cam on, but the bars are so small, there's nowhere to stick it. So I'm afraid this is the only view you've got. I've got my backpack on with a drone in it, so we'll get some nice drone shots somewhere. So let's go and get a bit of fuel, so we can spend an hour or so on it. Ah, this is so different. I used to have this bike and I obviously never felt this small on me, but like I say, I'm used to riding a bloody GS now, aren't I? So this is a tiny little thing. Right, let's put some bloody fuel in it. Old-fashioned bloody keys and petrol caps. What's going on here? Hey, what kind of world is this? It's like going backwards. Honest to God, I feel like I'm reading my daughter's bike. Gallon's not much, is it? Don't be such a tight ass, Andy. Let's put a tenner in it, but that's only like what? That's not even 2 gallons, is it? A tenner. I've even printed off the stats for you. It's not my bag, this at all, so it's only a bit of fun. It's not exactly the kind of review you'd want, is it? You know, I have to go elsewhere for that. It's just a bit of fun. And a bit of a remnant down memory lane, because like I say, I used to have this bike. Right, hang on. Concentrate what I'm doing. Hi. Yes, please. Don't want a receipt, thanks. Okay, lovely, thank you. Hands don't even fit the levers. We'll have a bit of fun, guys. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Somebody else's expense. Hang on, I put 10 quid in, the bloody tank says full. Jeez, you put 10 quid in mine. Mine's a 40 litre tank. I think this is about a 17 litre. I'll get the stats out in a bit and bore you with that. Christ, I should have put 2 quid in, would have been enough. Oh well. 10 quid for the use of their bike for a few hours isn't too bad, is it? They're gaining, and it's, you know, I've rented a bike for a tenner. I've no bloody idea where I'm going. So, well, I got an idea. Let's go, yeah, let's go this way. I remember this from my last bike, and the last time I had the Z900, I went straight from bloody into top gear before you know it. And you keep looking for gears all the time, but obviously you don't need it with this. There's inline fours, that's where they are, isn't it? It feels like I'm leaning over the front wheel. It's such a strange position. It is such a strange position. Got to get used to this. Beautiful day though. I mean, I don't know what the temperature is, but it was about 3 degrees or 2 degrees I think when I pulled up outside A&D Motorcycles. I mean, at this point I suppose I've got to say thank you very much to A&D Motorcycles and to Richie. I mean, he knows I'm doing it for the channel, but I did say to him when I saw it, I took him in for to have the tyres fitted there, and of course wandering around the showroom as you do, I saw this there. Now this is, I used to have the Z1000, this is the Z900. And this is there's 2 models. I'm used to the models. This is the one that comes with a seat cowl and a Acropovic exhaust and all that sort of stuff. Got a few little trick fancy bits on compared to the standard one. But I just looked, I thought, oh, I used to love mine. And Richie said, why don't you just go for a ride in it? He says, oh, I don't know, you know. I thought, why not? It scratches that itch, doesn't it? So why not? No, I've got to be honest, I think my Beamer pulls quicker. Definitely pulls quicker. Didn't know that one. So yeah, so I thought, right, why not? I'm off next week. Let's fit it in. So we booked it in for Monday. Thankfully it's dry, it's bloody cold, but it is what it is. But yeah, it's just nice to have a bit of a spin, isn't it? I've just, like I keep repeating, I've got to get this comparison of the GS off. I've been no good at reviewing bikes. And this is not a review, this is just a bit of fun, guys. So for somebody that hasn't got a GS, going to this is amazing. For what, I don't know. But yeah, it's definitely a nicer looking bike to look at than from this view. This view looks a bit dull to me. Outside, the look of the bike looks quite cool. I really like the outside of the bike. But they're all saying that people are saying, oh, it's quite spacious. It feels like it's just been squished together in a bloody, I don't know, like it's just 2 bookends have pushed it together. Again, I might just comparing it to the GS. Let's try and think back to the VFR, compare it to that maybe. Even that, there's no, I mean, there's no comparison. It's a ride-alone bike, isn't it really? I don't know when this bike gets going, maybe you have to get to a certain amount rev range, you know, because it doesn't pull away that quick. I tell you what, guys, if you're still there, you haven't switched off, that's amazing. Thank you very much for being so patient with me. This is not a bike review, it's just something to stick on the channel, a bit of fun. I'll come out for a ride on another bike, bit of a giggle. Take it with a pinch of salt. Certainly, you're not going to buy one of these off my bloody opinions, are you? In fact, if I saw my opinion on one of these, I probably won't buy anything because it's crap. So weird, feel like I'm leaning over the front. But I remember that from the last one. But it's like anything, you soon get used to it, don't you? It's not got a quick shift to this, of course. I got used to the bloody, yeah, the BMW's got the Shift Assist Pro, isn't it? It's like a quick shifter really, isn't it? But I mean, this has got nothing. Obviously going up the box is not a problem. So far I'm quite comfortable. Luckily I haven't got the big belly leaning on the tank by now. So my legs are tucked back, but the only thing I'm worried about is my knees, because I've got bad knees, well, definitely one. It's not too bad at the moment. I just can't get out of the feeling of on a little kiddie's bike. It's a lovely sounding machine. It's got the Akrapovic on it. It's not loud or anything. It's got a nice little rumble, but there's so much shit underneath the bloody belly pan, choking the bloody engine with all this Euro 5 bollocks, isn't it? It's like trying to breathe through a bloody layer of paper. Imagine if you put some straight ones on it, you know, straight through ones, it would sound lovely. But I got these Reacher really thick waterproof gloves on, and my fingertips are numb. So, wasted 60 quid there. Yeah, the old bum is starting to ache a little bit on the hip bones. Again, I'm not very good judging that because I'm never comfortable in anything. I've never had a bike I don't get sore on, even a GS. I just got one of them asses that don't like sitting on bikes. I don't know what kind of ass that is. My little fingertips are freezing. Yes, I've even reverted to the old helmet and I've put the old Hero 4 on, so it's not as good as the Hero 8. I'm sorry, it's got no... But it'll have to do because it fits this helmet and it's already mic'd up. I'm sure I could have made the other one fit, like, but I thought, you know, I'll just put this one on, it's done, isn't it? It is what it is. You can't argue with that. Maybe it's cold, to be fair, as my fingertips on the top of my legs. There's not much wind in my face, to be fair. A beautiful day. Shame it just wasn't about 20 degrees warmer. You know, the speedo is hard to see. It's literally under your chin. You've got to tip your head. You've got to tip your head down to see it, which is unusual. Because right now I can't see it at all. It's out of my vision at all, completely. You've really got to go down. So he's put it in rider mode, and apparently that's the most powerful mode. So I hope that's it, is it right? Because it's not got a lot of punch at all. I was expecting a lot more, if I'm honest. It's like it's been gritted over here. God, that time of year comes down so flipping quick, doesn't it? It was summer not long ago. Not that it was the best summer in the world, but not that it was the best summer ever, but I'm taking any chances. May make great footage for YouTube, but no thank you. Being ultra cautious. One, it's not my bloody bike, and I don't want to be doing anything yucky. Ooh, it's bloody cold. It's like driving through a fridge here. God, even the mirrors are steamed up, look. Let's get you some sunlight, come on. So if it money wasn't an object, it would be a fun bike to have as a second bike, because it's completely different from the GS, and that's what you want, isn't it, really? Because the GS is such an all-rounder, you want something completely different. So having like a different experience, and you've certainly got that on this. It's definitely got that. God, I hope it's warmer than this on Wednesday when I go to Supreme Coat in Sheffield. Holy mother. So I'll be leaving about 7 o'clock in the morning. get onto my little spot down here. I say my little spot, I don't own it. But you know what I mean. We'll put a look around the bike then, can't we? I don't think it's going to get much warmer today, is it? So I've got nothing to put the bike on, that's the trouble. Or is that something hard, or is that something soft? This is not what was planned off-road. Get a bit of off-roading on it. It's going to sink in, isn't it? So I got something I can put under there. That might help. It's a nice angle, but a little bit too much, I think. There you go. Right. Let's have a little rest. Now I'm not so cold, I'm enjoying the bike a bit more, and if only just been cold, it's sort of, you focus more on that. I'm enjoying the bike a bit now, I'm a bit warmer. My thanks again to A&D Motorcycles in Denby, to Richie, for letting me have a go on it. They're always good little, I mean, I'm cracking little Kawasaki dealers, and loads of bikes there, got clothes there, obviously workshops, bits and bobs. If you don't know it, go and have a look. They've got a cracking cafe outside, which is very popular. Cracking food. In fact, it's generally cracking. How's that? Yeah, there's my plug done, Richie. Now, what can I borrow next? No, but seriously, I've dealt with Alan and A&D Motorcycles for years. I think, to be honest with you, I think one of my first bikes, or certainly first bikes as an adult, are from there. I've had quite a few bikes off him, quite a few indeed. He's always been a good guy, always look after you there. I enjoy my little ride out, to be honest with you guys. It's nice to ride something different. You've got to experience things in life, haven't you? I mean, I'll never get rid of the GS, or never, you know, as my main bike. I mean, I'd always have a second bike. Would it be this? I don't know, you know, to be honest with you. I really don't know. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's definitely growing on me, because I've just got to lose that comparison from the GSC. It's, for me, that's the pinnacle of, I just absolutely adore the bike. So you're always going to find something. So I'm trying to be, what's the word, non-partial. You know, it's like, oh, beautiful. How you can see Snowdonia over there. I don't think this is a tall man's bike. I really don't. I mean, I'm 6 foot and feel quite cramped in it. I can't see anything past my arms, to be honest with you. on the mirrors. The speed was a bit of an issue, not being able to, you have to put your head down all the time to see it. Don't know, it's just my opinion. It's worthless and means shit. But I'm here to tell you what I like and what I don't like. It's by no means a review. I mean, it's not going to be a positive review just because they borrowed me the bike. I'm not ready to sell my soul to the devil yet because the devil ain't offering enough. Quite to be honest, it sounds gorgeous. Let's go pick up the Brennig, shall we? Worcester Park was that quiet when I came with my little girl. Here we go, back on the old road again. Doesn't like going down the box very well, struggles, it's not very positive. So we go this way. It's a cracking road this way. You usually do it from the other direction. Look at that. The back end of the Brennig over there. Yeah, I think this position's starting to hurt my knee now. I mean, that's nothing against the bike, that's just my knackered body and my knee. It's starting to ache. Got a bit of weight on my wrist, but not an awful lot. Again, it's another weak point for me, so quite surprised at that. What it'll be like all day, I don't know, but like I said to you before, everything hurts me. I'm just so broken. I am enjoying this bike though, guys. I've got to be honest, I am enjoying this bike. No two ways about it. And if money wasn't an object, would I have one in my garage? I think I would, you know, because it's a completely different experience, and it's, you know, the trouble is, the only reason I wouldn't is because of my body. I know that sounds crazy, discussing my body is not something you want to hear, but that's the only thing, is my ability, because of, as I'm, you know, obviously getting older and there's flipping arthritis. Different bikes are harder to ride for different reasons. Obviously this is my knees and my wrists, and that's nothing against the bike whatsoever. Honestly God, it's just, I am enjoying the bike. It's the pains are starting to take over now, but that is not to detract from what an awesome bike this is. Definitely not. Do you know what I mean? So that is definitely not a negative of the bike, that's just negative of my body. I would definitely have one of these. I absolutely enjoyed it, and I thought I would because I used to love my other one. So now I've started, the GS is a bit more in the distance, I'm starting to enjoy this a bit more. It's just unfortunately the aches and pains because of my arthritis. So basically, if you've got arthritis, don't get one of these. If you haven't, you would bloody love it, because I'd bloody love it. And like I say, if money wasn't an object, I probably still would have one just for the occasional play. could have, if money wasn't an object, I'd have a bike full of, a shed full of bikes, not a bike full of sheds, that's no good. A shed full of bikes, and you stay there, because you got a car. So a bike full of shed, no, again, shed full of bikes. It's an age thing, guys, it's age. I'd have a shed full of bikes, and then you'd only ride one occasionally, wouldn't you? So the aches and pains wouldn't matter that much. My knee's hurting and my bum. Could I bear it for a day? Plenty of breaks I could. I don't think I could do it every day and not have a break, if that makes sense. And I couldn't go for a long distance ride on this, absolutely not. Couldn't stay on it all day. But yeah, I could certainly ride this bike. This would be a nice bike to have to ride a couple of times a week in the summer, you know. Take out for a day's blast, play with the boys, whatever. But I don't think I could go far in it, if I'm honest. And that is my body, obviously my body. I keep saying my body. It's a horrible thought, isn't it? Why would you want that thought in your head? Let's get round this little polar mint.